I like the way they practiced this morning and this afternoon. Backed off a little bit of them tonight. Tomorrow morning, we're going to come in and meet in the morning, and then we're going to go in the afternoon and have a half and half. It'll be about 12, 14 periods of full tempo, like a padded one-day practice, and then we'll flip it into a scrimmage, probably go anywhere from 20, 30, 35 reps, and then keep the reps out here and probably go at game speed, moving the ball for at least another 20, 30. So we get somewhere around, I'd like to get 50, 60 snaps of high-speed reps. A couple guys coming back. Mike Taylor will go tomorrow. We sat him out today. Let him go tomorrow, especially during the scrimmage session. Same thing with Chris Borland. Nick Toon will probably be the flip of that. He'll probably go practice tempo, but won't go in the scrimmage situations. And hopefully, we're going to get a couple other guys back tomorrow that are coming off concussions or coming off. You're either coming off a concussion or hamstring if you're around here. So that's pretty much the standard boat.
Do you anticipate tomorrow help you wrestle personnel this season?
I think so, especially with freshmen. I really get excited. I think Landish continues to show at the linebacker position. Darius Hillary at the corner position. That's probably it on defense. And then, to me, Jordan Frederick and Freddie Willis. Freddie, I give him a lot of credit. He can't feel very good, that thumb that he's got going, but he's continued to practice very well. Sam Arneson, we might use him a lot like we used Sherrod Cadigan a year ago, a guy that we rep and continue to bring along and travel him and then really only go to him in case of an emergency type situation. I think Melvin Gordon continues to show that he should be out there on the field as well.
You mentioned Jordan Frederick early, and then he missed some time. Was it with the sinus again? Did he miss time?
No, he actually went double duty. He had a sinus. He couldn't even talk. He lost his voice for 2 days. In the first day he was back out there, he got a little dinged, and then came back. So I just like the way the kid competes. He's a big body and he plays big. I thought that was the first couple days out there, he was mixing it up with first-string linebackers in those drills. I'm really impressed with him.
You like how those other linebackers? I know Connor got maybe a little nick today,
Yep.
but Harrison, you mentioned Landis. You liking how some of the
I think Connor's made some big strides. He's got a banged up foot, he's got an ankle, he's got 2 hips. So we kind of got to get those guys a little bit healthy. But I thought Connor's made some strides. I thought Ethan Armstrong, after being out for a while, has come back and looked very, very good. Josh has a good day, then it kind of follows it up. So he just got to become more consistent. But I appreciate that all of them are working extremely hard. Hawks, I think, is really getting some great returns out of practice.
A guy we don't talk about much on the D-line is Ethan.
Yeah.
I think I remember he got that job as a Jordan going out with an injury.
Right.
He doesn't look like he's ready to give that up.
No, Ethan's playing at a high level. The thing I love about Ethan, he's got incredible balance. That's probably what I've noticed about him. He really stays on his feet well. If you saw him last year in a bowl game, probably played as good as anybody in that bowl game up front. And Ethan is a tremendous, worker, attitude, and has got more athleticism than you think. Captains will vote on Monday. Sunday we'll put together and give some UNLV scouting reports and do some season goals. Actually, Coach Alvarez is going to talk to the group on Monday night, and then we'll probably vote for captains right after.
Is Ray Ball just an impressive kid, personality-wise, and overall, just everything?
Yeah, and he's really come along. I think the first week was kind of got big for him, but Ray is a tremendous kid, really a competitor, very, very intense. You see him, I wouldn't pick a fight with Costigan. He'd be the last guy. He doesn't know the word surrender. He's an ultimate cage fighting waiting to happen. But I really think Ray gets, and it's really starting to process now for him in his 3rd week.
6'7", 335 is guard now. Is that both sides likes him?
Yeah,
Are you happy until they're all 6'7"?
I think what we're trying to get is the guys inside that have the ability to pull with some power, and Ray kind of has impressed us from the get-go. His athleticism, his feet. We're kind of deep at the tackle position, so get him in there. He's a guy that would be the next guy if we had to, and we're real thin. He only had 11 healthy linemen coming out here today. But I think Robbie will be there tomorrow. Josh is, of course, one today. That took away another one.
Been frustrated with the amount of drops that we're seeing?
Yeah, I have voiced my opinion on that the last couple of days. And it's kind of widespread. It's wide receivers, running backs, tight ends, and then some guys turn around and make some good catches. I think, in the case with Russell, a lot of times the ball's on or catchable ball, and we just got to make sure we come away with it, especially in 3rd down.
Do you see White and Adler-Darius as a pair back there on kickoff returns?
I do, but I tell you, I'd like to see Melvin Gordon work into that. I don't know if a freshman would put that on him, but James wants to do it. Abby wants to do it. We've got kind of an on-returner, off-returner scheme, and it's a nice little healthy competition we got going back there.
Besides success, we had a few sacks and moved the ball. How has he looked to you this fall?
Conrad? He's a guy that really is, we're seeing him for the first time at his position because he had the shoulder injury in the fall and was playing linebacker transformation DN. So we were excited. He's very explosive. I think Charlie really feels that he's closed the gap between him and the rest of the DNs. You know, that next tier between Muldoon and maybe Warren Herring. And Conrad's very explosive, and he's got a high motor.
It looked like you were getting a stab in
Yeah, I think Paul just wanted to, get him into that. Constant. Joey's been great, I think, moving forward. But Joel, he made a conscious effort to get him a lot of reps tonight. He's a guy that, as this next week plans out, is a guy whether or not we redshirt or we bring him into the mode, and can count on him to be a redshirt guy or not.
Would that be determined by how John's situation is?
John and also, Joey, I think, Joey's really continued to get better, and he's a guy that has to burn his eligibility right now, so that's where it kind of gets down to.
Any further update on John when you expect him?
Yeah, you may know he's got a little thicker wrap on there, so arm, nerve, hand specialist, and basically in a wait and see mode right now until probably like Monday or Tuesday of next week. There's some things that they're going to test out, and it's one of those things until that feeling or sensation gets back in his arm, he can't throw.